Ravens flock. The flock rundown is the place to be. My man Ryan has been a lifelong Ravens fan since he was born. So I'm telling you now, it's about to go down. The podcast, the flock rundown. Ravens, baby. Nothing gets better than waking up and wondering how high we can fly. Tune in.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed. Appreciate you, Ray. What's up, everybody? My name is Ryan. Welcome to another episode of the Flock Rundown. And today we're getting into PFF, Pro Football Focus, giving the Ravens a B- grade for the offseason moves. Do I agree with that? No. We'll get into it. So, yeah, PFF does off-season grades for every team. I was on YouTube browsing around, and I saw that they posted the Ravens grade yesterday, so I watched a little video. B- for the off-season, B for the draft. They gave Zay Flowers a grade of average. Trenton Simpson was very good. Tavius Robinson, below average. Caillou Blue-Kelly, good. Laulu, below average. And then Voorhees, they gave an elite draft grade. Said that he was a day 2 guy that we stole in the 7th round. I do agree with that, so we'll agree on one thing. So, B for that draft. Just some comments on that. Zay Flowers' average is a rough one for me. It's hard to wrap my head around that. I think he's the perfect fit for this offense. I've watched film on every top receiver in this draft class, mainly because I wanted the Ravens to get another weapon, so I was really eyeing on corners and receivers when watching tape and highlights. Zay Flowers is unreal, man. His quickness, he can run every route. He can play inside. He can play outside. He can run screens. His run after the catch is insane. I mean, this guy has everything but size. Literally everything. Perfect receiver, but size. But we've seen so many guys like that. I mean, you can go Antonio Brown, Lockett, Deshaun Jackson, Tyreek Hill. These are the comparisons he's drawn to. If he's anything like any of those guys on the field, it's a home run. So average pick, I don't know what tape they're watching. I really don't know what tape they're watching. But that's not really what this video is about. So they gave our entire offseason up to this point a B-. Now, I don't know what you think about this. I think just with signing Lamar, you're at like a B already. You can't go down. Just signing Lamar. You locked Lamar up to a 5-year deal after this grueling negotiation period. It looked like he was gone. He demanded a trade. It just was ugly, man. It just looked like he might be gone for real. And you lock him up for 5 years. To me, you're already at a B. And then what's the biggest weakness on the team? Wide receiver. They said they were going to address it. They said that before, years past, right? They go get Aguilar. At the time, I was hoping he would fall into where he's going to fall into now. But, like, at the time when he signed him, I was like, oh, no, like, if this is all we do, like, we're still in trouble, you know? So we get Aguilar, which proves to be a depth signing at the end of the day. And then you land Odell Beckham Jr., and PFF talked about this, but they acted like that was a terrible signing. You paid double for Odell. I don't care. It's a 1-year deal. I know there's a void year next year, so hopefully we do extend him. But it's a 1-year deal, and I truly believe it really helped bridge that gap between the Ravens and Lamar, at least at the time being. Lamar was super excited. You could tell, man. He went on social media. They went out to the club. Like, that's not nothing. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean nothing. So paying Odell $15 million, I don't think they doubled his market value, but they definitely overpaid. I mean, it's hard to argue that they overpaid by what, $5-ish million or so? Okay. I think that's worth it to make Lamar happy, bridge that gap, get the deal that you want, by the way. The Ravens signed Lamar to a deal that they kind of wanted to sign him to all along. It's not like Lamar got this fully guaranteed contract or anything. So I think the Ravens were very comfortable doing the deal that they did with Lamar, and signing Odell helped bridge that and gave him a weapon. And on top of that, Eric DeCosta even admitted it. Ticket sales are going to go up. Team popularity is going to go up. Jersey sales are going to go up. Odell's that dude, man. I just saw a graphic the other day. He's got 17 million followers. The next highest is like Patrick Mahomes at 5 million and Joe Burrow at 4. Like, Odell's got triple the amount of followers as to anyone in the NFL. Paying a couple million extra to ensure that you get a guy. We're not known for signing wide receivers. You got to make risky moves like this a little bit just to crack that door. We are not known for wide receivers. There was a narrative for years that nobody wanted to come play for this offense, mainly because of Greg Roman's style. But still, it was always hard to sign a free agent, especially like a big name free agent like Odell. Like, I was sure he was going to the Jets, you know what I mean, until it was done. And when it was done, it came out of nowhere on Easter. I was like, man, I don't care what we paid him, especially on a one-year deal. It just doesn't matter. It's not, if he got hurt or whatever, like, bite the bullet and keep moving. So we're at a B, in my opinion, just from the Lamar signing, because that's huge. That's the cornerstone of your franchise for years to come. How is that not rewarded in an off-season grade? And then you sign Odell on top of that, moves us to a B+. I'm not moving the needle a ton yet, but that takes it from a B to a B+. And then you have a pretty good draft class on paper, especially Zay Flowers. I think he's pretty proven. It's going to be hard for him to suck in the NFL. His quickness, his explosiveness, his route running, it's just going to be hard for him to not be a good player. I think that moves it a little bit more to like an A-. I'll go with A-. I'll land there. I know I'm a little biased because I'm a Ravens fan, but I try to be objective. I try to be fair. I mean, if I'm completely off base here, let me know. But I think this offseason grade is an A-. They're giving it a B-. I just think that's a decent gap. B- has, when they give the draft, this is what confuses me. They gave our draft class a B, but our offseason a B-. They did not like the Odell signing at all, and I'm just confused. I think it was an incredible signing. But it is PFF, so maybe I shouldn't put too much weight into it. It just caught me off guard, and I was like, man, I want to talk about this and see if I'm off base here. I feel like this offseason is the best offseason in a long time that I can remember. We filled almost every hole. And then we could even go to smaller signings like Rock Ya-Sin, which I don't think is a small signing. But Rock Ya-Sin filled a big need at corner. We had no one proven on the other side of Marlon Humphrey. So signing Rock Ya-Sin is another big signing. I won't even bump that up. I'll stay at A-, but like you can toss that into the argument though. And I know the offseason's not done either, but I really feel like this offseason, starting with signing Lamar and then filling the needs, how can you do a better job? You know, there's going to be a few more vet signings. Hopefully we get an edge or another veteran corner, Marcus Peters. Hopefully we sign a few more guys, but I'm just saying this offseason already to me is an A-. I think Eric DeCosta's done an incredible job. He did an incredible job through these Lamar negotiations. So, I don't know. PFF is on some hating man. Like, they're not tuned in or something. B- doesn't make sense. Other off seasons, Eric DeCosta always does a pretty good job, but, some other off seasons I could see a B-, but not with locking Lamar up, not with completely transforming this wide receiver room and this offense. We hired Todd Monken too. I forgot about Todd Monken getting hired. Does that not move the needle too? Like, I want to move it to an A. I'm going to stay at A- just because it's like to be determined on a lot of stuff, but I want to move it to an A. He's had some success in the passing game in the NFL. Look what he did at Georgia. He's a space guy. We have all the weapons in the world. This is going to be a completely different offense. This isn't the Greg Roman offense anymore. So that's going to change so much, man. I think this offense is going to be lethal. And then bringing back 95% of the defense, adding Rock Ya-Sin, and who knows who else. We're at an A-, and I wouldn't be mad at an A. This is one of the best off seasons I've ever seen Eric DeCosta pull off. So I just thought it was a little crazy and disrespectful to go with a B- by PFF, but it is PFF. You know how that goes. Just put your grade in the comments and why you think that. Maybe you agree with PFF. Thanks for tuning in again, guys. I'm Ryan. It's another episode of the Flock Rundown. I'll see you guys next time. Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim there where the sense can't tame the untamed.